An internally shorted or open blower motor winding changes how the motor starts and how electricity behaves, so recognizing the signs early prevents misdiagnosis and wasted labor. When a blower motor winding is internally shorted, you will often see the circuit breaker trip immediately, or the fuse blow the instant. The motor tries to start because the short draws excessive current. Listen for a humming that fades without rotation as the motor stalls under overload. If the winding is open, the motor will not receive a complete electrical path, so you get no rotation and no excessive current draw, often with the breaker remaining closed and visible control components showing power but no motion. Use a digital multimeter set to the resistance function and measure across the motor windings to check continuity. Typical small blower motors should show low but finite ohms between winding leads and very high or infinite resistance between winding and chassis. Also measure insulation resistance to chassis with a megohmmeter when possible, because a low insulation value points to internal shorts to ground even if the winding continuity seems normal. When testing, be sure to isolate the motor from the rest of the circuit so parallel components do not give false readings, and discharge capacitors and label wires before disconnecting so reassembly is error-free. If you must bench test, spin the rotor by hand while monitoring current so you can separate mechanical binding from winding faults. Common mistakes start with confusing starting capacitor or relay failure with winding faults because both can prevent startup. Verify capacitors and relays first and only call a winding bad after continuity and insulation tests confirm it. Another issue is misreading multimeter results by not isolating the motor from the circuit, which can show continuity through other paths. Always disconnect the motor leads before testing. A third frequent problem is assuming a single test proves a fault instead of repeating measurements at different temperatures and after a short run because winding shorts can be intermittent. Run multiple checks and include insulation tests to be confident. We run bighomeprojects.com to help homeowners find local contractors who can diagnose and repair motor issues, and to help contractors find work from nearby projects. We also maintain a discussion community where homeowners and professionals share troubleshooting tips, test procedures, and vendor recommendations.